History is not written by the victors. It is redacted by them. In the year 367 AD, Athanasius, the bishop of Alexandria, issued a letter. It was an Easter letter, seemingly innocent, but it contained a command that would alter the trajectory of human consciousness for 2,000 years. He listed the books that were allowed to be read in the churches, the 27 books of the New Testament. We know today. And he ordered the destruction of everything else. He called the other books Apocrypha, hidden things, Akaded, dim heresy. Across the deserts of Egypt, monks and mystics scrambled to hide their most precious texts. They buried them in sealed jars. They hid them in caves. They hoped that one day a future generation would find them. They were right. In 1773, and later in 1945 at Nag Hammadi, the earth gave up its secrets. Among the recovered texts was the Pistis Sophia, massive, complex, and terrifyingly detailed document. It does not describe a Jesus who speaks in simple parables about sheep and seeds. It describes a resurrected Christ, standing in a blinding glory, teaching his inner circle the physics of the soul. Buried deep within these pages is a chapter that explains why the church had to burn it. Jesus describes something called the vesture of light, or the body of light. He teaches Mary Magdalene and John that the physical body is merely a container, a dense frequency jammer. But inside it, dormant and waiting, is a second vehicle, a vehicle made of intelligent, living light. He didn't just tell them it existed. He gave them the code to activate it. Why did the Roman Empire expunge this specific teaching? Because a believer who needs a priest for salvation is a subject, but a believer who can activate their own body of light, bypass the hierarchy, and exit the cycle of reincarnation, that believer is a god. Tonight, we open the forbidden chapter. We are going to reconstruct the actual technique Jesus taught. We will look at the science of the Soma Pneumatikon, the spirit body. This is not a metaphor. This is the mechanics of your liberation. To understand the body of light, you must first understand the prison it was designed to escape. The Gnostics held a worldview that was radically different from the Orthodox Church. They believed that the God of this world, the creator of physical matter, was not the ultimate father. They called him the Demiurge, or Jaldabaoth, an ignorant architect who built a reality of entropy, decay, and consumption. In the Gnostic motto, you are a dual being. You have a Soma Sarkakana body of flesh, crafted by the Demiurge to keep you trapped in the cycle of feeding and dying. This body is subject to the Archons, the rulers of the planetary spheres who feed on low vibrational energy, fear, lust, rage, and despair. But trapped inside this cage is a spark pneuma from the pleroma, the fullness of the true God. The Church taught that you were a sinner who needed to be saved from your guilt. The Gnostics taught that you were a divine being who needed to be awakened from your amnesia. In the Pistis Sophia, Jesus explains that the soul psyche is not enough. The soul is highly manipulated by the Archons. It forgets, it gets recycled. To escape a theme, mix the material universe. One must activate the Soma Pneumatikon, the body of light. This concept wasn't invented by the Gnostics. It echoes to Merkaba mysticism of ancient Judaism. The chariot of fire. It mirrors the rainbow body of Tibetan Buddhism. It is the universal secret of the mysteries. But Jesus made it accessible. He stripped away the temple rituals and placed the power directly in the breath and the will of the individual. This was the danger. In the 4th century, as Christianity was becoming the state religion of Rome, the bishops realized a problem. How do you rule an empire if the citizens know they are divine? How do you collect taxes and demand obedience if the people know how to activate a frequency that makes them sovereign? You can't. So, they replaced activation with salvation. They replaced direct knowing gnosis with blind faith pistis, and they burned the manual on how to build the chariot. But the manual survived, and tonight, we read the instructions. What follows is a reconstruction of the activation protocol, based on the Pistis Sophia and the books of Gigi Warning. The texts state clearly that this is not a meditation for relaxation. It is a metaphysical surgery. It acts as a one-way door. Once the body of light begins to integrate, your perception of reality will fracture. You will never view the material world as home again. The protocol consists of 4 distinct phases. It must be performed with absolute precision. Phase 1. The recognition, the crack in the wall. The body of light lies dormant because you have starved it of attention. You have fed the physical body for decades, but the light body has been ignored. Tonight, you must break the contract of identification. Sit in a quiet, dark room. Close your eyes. Speak this declaration aloud. I am not this form. I am the light that inhabits it. I am a stranger to this world. Say it 3 times. This is called metanoia, the turning of the mind. You are creating a wedge between the driver, you, and the vehicle, the body. Wait for the sensation of static or heat on your skin. That is, the light body stirring. Passe dos, ampinoma, breathing light, interform. The Gnostics knew that breath pneuma is the interface between the dimensions. Jesus taught a specific visualization. Imagine a sphere of intelligent, golden living light suspended above your head. This is the light of the pleroma. Inhale slowly. Visualize pulling this golden light down through the crown of your head, down the spinal column, filling the chest and solar plexus. Hold. Feel the pressure of the light building. Exhale. Visualize this light pushing outward through your pores, expanding exactly 2 feet beyond your physical skin. You are weaving a cocoon. You are building the garment of glory. Do this for exactly 7 breaths. Why 7? Because there are 7 archonic spheres, planets that govern fate. Each breath breaks the seal of 1 archon. You are reclaiming your sovereignty from the astrological forces. Phase 3. The Logos. The sealing declaration energy follows intention, but it is anchored by sound. In the beginning was the word Logos. To seal the light into your aura, you must speak the command. The ancient formula is, I am light embodied. I am the monad in form. Repeat this 3 times. To state, informing the mind. To reinforce, informing the body. To seal, informing the spirit. At the 3rd repetition, you may feel a sudden shift in gravitile lightness, or a ringing in the ears. This is the lock-in. Phase 4. The standing integration. This is the advanced state. The Gnostics call the master anestetosis, one who stands. This means standing in 2 dimensions simultaneously. For 3 minutes, do not move. Feel the weight of your physical body, gravity, heat, density. Simultaneously, feel the vibration of the light body expansion, electricity, weightlessness. Do not choose one. Be the observer of both. Hold this. This signals to the universe that you are ready to graduate. You are no longer a sleeping animal. You are a multi-dimensional operator. The texts promise that if you perform this ritual for 7 consecutive nights, the activation becomes permanent. The seed of light begins to germinate. But what does this look like in the modern world? How do you know if it is working? When the body of light comes online, it creates a frequency mismatch between you and the control system. You will experience specific symptoms. 1. The archonic blind spot invisibility. The archons and their human counterparts operate on low frequencies. Conflict, obsession, fear. When your light body is active, your baseline frequency shifts higher. You become invisible to the drama. You'll notice that people who usually try to provoke you, drain you, or intimidate you suddenly stop. They literally cannot see you energetically. The hooks they throw slide off your field. You are vibrating too fast for their mud to stick. 2. The synchronic web. The demiurge controls the laws of probability. Look, the monad controls the laws of synchronicity, meaning when you activate the light body, you bypass the laws of probability. Coincidences become your daily reality. You think of a person and take go. You need information, and a book falls off a shelf. The friction of the material world vanishes. You are no longer swimming upstream. You are flowing with the current of the pleroma. 3. The second sight. This can be jarring. The pistis, Sophia warns that the disciples would see the true face of the world. You will start to read the energy of environments immediately. You will walk into a room and know instantly if it is heavy or light. You will look at people and see the despair or the spark behind their masks. You will realize that much of the world is hylic, operating on pure autopilot, void of spirit. This brings a deep sense of isolation, but also a deep compassion. 4. Lucid night travel. Your physical body sleeps, but you do not. The body of light is the vehicle for the dream state. You will start waking up inside your dreams. The terrifying nightmares of the past will dissolve because you will realize you are the creator of the dreamscape. You will use sleep time to learn, to explore, and to receive downloads from higher intelligences. This transformation is the true meaning of resurrection. It is not something that happens after you die. It is something that happens while you are still alive. It is the process of dying to the false self and being reborn as the true self. The Church Fathers removed these chapters because they wanted you to believe that you were born empty. They wanted you to believe that the divine was external, something to be pleaded with, something to be bought with obedience. But the secret of the Pistis Sophia, the secret that Jesus whispered to Mary Magdalene in the shadow of the olive trees, is that you are not empty. You are a starship, convinced it is a bicycle. You are a vast ocean, convinced it is a cup of water. The body of light is not something you get. It is something you are. It has been waiting for you, patiently, through every trauma, every heartbreak, and every lifetime. It has been waiting for you to stop looking out and start looking in. Tonight, you have the code, the 4 steps. Recognition, breathing, declaration, standing. Do not take this lightly. This is not a hobby. This is the technology of your liberation. The Archons are watching. They are banking on your distraction. They are banking on you watching this video, feeling a moment of inspiration, and then scrolling to the next CAD video. They want you to go back to sleep. Do not give them that satisfaction. If you are a pneumatic, one of the chosen ones who feels the spark burning in their chest, then this is your wake-up call. Mark this moment. Go to the comments below and declare your sovereignty. Right? I am light. My body is active. This is your first act of will. This is your signal to the universe that you are back online. Then, tonight, when the world is quiet, begin the breathing. The prison door is unlocked. It's time to walk through.